Hello there. I've previously done a video about the unboxing of the Fitcamx 4K dashcam, showing you what came in the package. In this video, we're going to be installing it in my car. So around 3-4 years ago, I had one of these installed in my Audi Q4 e-tron, but for this one, we're going to install it in my ID Buzz GTX. The Fitcamx dashcams are meant to look OEM style, so they blend in with the interior of the car. In the Q4 e-tron, this meant that it replaced a piece of trim that went round the rear view mirror. But in the ID Buzz, because the mirror sits a bit further back, it's going to replace this piece of trim just behind the windscreen. And it's worth noting that in the ID Buzz, there's a USB-C port here. The headline and the trim in the ID Buzz is available in two different colours. There's a lighter colour one and a darker colour one. I have the dark charcoal and black interior in mine. So revisiting the boxes from the unboxing video, we are going to need one of the accessories from the accessories box, which is this pry tool. So we won't need a card reader today, but we will need the pry tool for prying off the piece of trim. And a quick recap on the dash cam itself. As you can see, it's shaped to match the piece of trim that's coming out. Camera sits below. There's a USB port space on the side there. Card reader for your micro SD card. The buttons for activating different functions. Lenses on the front. There is a Y cable for tapping into the power cable that supplies the rain sensor. And there are these three trim clips for clipping it in where the original piece of trim has been removed. First job then is to prise this forward a little bit using the pry tool. Now, unfortunately, I didn't actually record this bit, but I pried it a little bit out to start with using the pry tool until I can get my fingers in there a little bit to get a grip. And that pulled forward a little bit, dropped down, which meant I could have a little look inside to see what was going on. So I took a little photo here just to have a little look, and you can see on the left there is the USB-C cable that goes to the socket, and you can see the three clips that hold it in to the roof lining. So as you can see, it's just a case of pushing it forwards once you've got it pried out a little bit and breaking the tension on the little spring piece that holds it in place. And there's the USB-C, which we'll need to unplug. So unplugging that, just this little bit here. I'm just going to lift that little catch up and pull it straight out. Looking at the bit that came off, there's the spring that held on surprisingly well that we'll need to remove and attach to the new piece. Next up, we need to locate the rain sensor plug, which we're going to use to tap into the power, and remove that. So that ID Buzz is pretty straightforward, there's nothing in the way. The rain sensor is plugged into here. So to take this plug out, which just requires getting hold of it and wiggling it a bit. It's probably easier if you don't have chunky fingers. So here's the plug that we've just unplugged, and then the corresponding one on the Y cable, which is attached to the camera. So we did plug the rain sensor into the Y cable, into the female port, and then we take the plug and plug that in where the rain sensor was plugged in. sure that's clipped in. Nice and straightforward. I'm just going to double check that everything looks like it's going to fit in the right place and plug the USB-C in. So that's just push it back in until it clips into place. There we go. All good. Before I fit it all back up, I'm just going to check that the cable's going to sit nicely in there. Plan ahead, that looks like it should be okay if I tuck that in. Yep, that should all be good. So the last thing we need is the little spring that was on the original piece of trim. So that little metal spring sits on the center prong there. I just used a little screwdriver to prise that off, and that's where we're going to put it. So once you get it off, see what shape it is, and it just pushes straight onto there, and then we're ready to reattach. So fitting is the reverse action, so make sure it's all tucked up, get it lined up roughly, and then push it back until it clicks into place. Actually, that little spring thing was the hardest thing about this entire task. But there we go. Let's double check. Yep. Everything's nice and secure. There we go. The camera sits down a little bit lower than the trim did. As you can see, it does look pretty OEM. And we still have an active USB-C port on the side. From the driver's seat, you can see the camera mostly because it sits a good distance in front of the rear view mirror. In the ID Buzz, the mirrors sit quite far back from the windscreen. But as you can see, it's right up at the edge of the swept area, so it's not really in your line of sight. I'm 6'5", I sit quite high up in the car, and it's above my line of sight, so it's not going to get in anyone's way. From the outside, you can see it looks pretty much like it was meant to be there. Right, now time to test it. So, when I start the car up, the power light came on. I already had the Fitcamx app on my phone. To connect to the camera, you have to join the camera's Wi-Fi and enter the password. And then once you're in, down at the bottom, you can connect to the camera. When you go in, it'll give you a live picture from the camera as it's sitting. But at the bottom of that, you can also go in and view a previously recorded footage. I will do a more in-depth look at the app and review the camera once I've had it in for a week. But initial drive, everything seems to be working fine. This recording's set for 1 minute at the moment and with no audio. There are a couple of settings I can change for picture quality and the exposure level, but I'll have a look at that in due course. Hopefully that's given you a bit of insight into how easy it is to fit the camera. For me, the hardest part was actually getting the original piece of trim off, fighting against that little spring clip. You'll hear the little kind of grunting noise I made. It takes a surprising amount of effort to work against that little spring. I'll put a link in the description with my affiliate link for Fitcamx, and that'll get you a discount if you want to order directly from the company. I've also got a link, which I'll put on the screen here, where you can go and look at my Fitcamx videos from my Q4 e-tron, and I will do a further video reviewing this one. Okay, that's all I've got for you in this video. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.